Okay, so hello students, welcome. So in this class, we are going to start with our data link layer. So first, we are going to understand the basic concept. Then we will see some MCQs, and then we are going to see some numericals. How examiner is going to ask a numerical question from the data link layer. So first, understand the basic concept. So from the basic, we are going to start. So meanwhile, I'm going to show you the slides also. So here, what are the important thing in our data link layer? So it is the main layer which is responsible to carry your data in the form of frame from one place to another place. So this is also known as link layer. And here we are having some protocol like SGLC, PPP, and media access control. This is also known as MAC address. So MAC MAC address होता है आपका. So it is of 48 bit. Then we are having some ebooks also. These are the ebooks. If you want, you can refer this ebook. So these are also important from exam point of view. So you can study from the ebook, you can study from the notes, or you can study from anywhere. But what is important, understanding the concept is important. So the more information you get, so the more concept are going to be clear. Okay. Now in our data link layer, so it is responsible from to move the frame from one hop to another. So here you can see when the data comes. So in our last class we have discussed about the OSI model. So when we check from top to bottom, so the headers are added. When we see from bottom to top, the header have been removed. So here we are adding the headers and we are removing the headers. So we are making a frame here. So examiner can ask a question from here. So he will give you some option and he will ask like which of the following is not a function of data link layer, or which of the following is a function. So he will give you 4 or 5 option. Then he will ask okay. Now if you remember these all these functions, then it will be very beneficial for you in your exam point of view. So here we are having framing, physical addressing, flow control, error control, access control. We are going to see the numericals also, but numericals we are going to see later on. So this is the class to get the concept clear. Basic only we are focusing for the theoretical part. Okay. So here like main you can say it is responsible for flow control. Then what are the sublayers which work as a data link layer? Here we are having the LLC and we can say MEC. Sometimes the examiner asks the full form of LLC. Not in the IT officer exam, but in the examination of, like, suppose, like you have given the exam of bank PO, bank clerk, insurance exam, where the basic computer awareness is asked. जहाँ पे एकदम basic computer awareness पूछा आएगा, where examiner can ask question about the full form. But in your examination, and they are not going to ask this easy peasy question, okay? But still, you have to remember the full form. Then we are having the relations and the layers. So which layer is responsible for which thing? Like our data link layer, physical link layer, they combined and they work at the physical address. So examiner पूछ सकता है router deals with what? Router deals with packet and it works on logical addressing. But data link layer it works on a physical address. किस पे काम करता है? MAC address पे. Then we are having transport layer. It deals with the port address. Then in the top we are having the application specific, any specific address you can. Then what is physical address? Physical address होता क्या? नाम तो सुना है. ये होता क्या physical address? So physical address is nothing. It is like your MAC address. So every electronic device, let's suppose you are having a laptop, desktop. So in that we are having the NIC. You can say a device which is attached and which will be unique throughout the lifetime of your product, any electronic device you have been using. That address is a unique. Okay. So how it is going to be helpful? So first, let's suppose you are in a university. So I believe you all have done BTech or BE or we can say MCA. So in a university you have done something wrong. आपने वहां पे कुछ गलत काम कर दिया from your laptop. Now how would the police would know that you have done the mistake? In the university there are hundreds of students. So how will they are going to identify? So how they are going to identify? First, they will check the packet come from which network. In your university, you are having the internet, so you are having a private network setup. So there is only one public IP address which is available for university. So from where you can communicate with the outer world. So that IP is exported. Now from that IP, you can trace, okay, from this university we have received the packet. Now in the universities there are so many students, and how would we identify? Then after check we will ask for the network admin to give the access. These are the website which is visited by this IP address. So these are the IP address. So where we are having the history. So he will check the log file. In the log file, it will give you the address of the router from where you have make the request. And from that router, we can specify, yes, this is the floor, this is the hostel from where we have received the request. Then we are having some switches also. So on the switches also, your MAC addresses again it is going to be stored. So in the end eventually we can easily identify from where we have received the request. Okay. So your MAC address is of 48 bit. कितने का होता है? 48 bit का होता है. So the first 24 bit it is for your manufacturer who have created. Let's suppose HP, Lenovo, Dell who have created your network NIC card. Then this second 24 bit are your unique serial numbers. So together we can say it is your 48 bit or we can say 12 hexa number. So this is all about the MAC address. So this is how your chip looks like in your system. So I believe you have seen the system. So this is how your chip, this is your network admin. In the highlighted part, you can see your MAC address or we can say physical address. It is been mentioned clearly. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आपका फिजिकल एड्रेस एकदम सही से गलत है. ठीक है. Okay. Then we are having some protocols here in our data link layer address. So examiner can also ask question from here also. ये भी important है इसलिए इसको भी देखना पड़ेगा. अब यहाँ पे क्या चीज है? Now I believe you have heard the name like ARP, Address Resolution Protocol. इसका क्या मतलब होता है? What is the use of this? So ARP, so you have to check this line. ARP is used to find physical address of the node when its intra address is known. Okay. So when your IP address you know. Okay. अब आपको सर IP एड्रेस तो पता लग गया है. अब मुझे मशीन ढूंढनी है कौन सी वो मशीन है. So ARP is going to help me to find the machine, to find the MAC address that is being associated with the IP address. So we can say in the market you can easily find the physical address with the help of IP address. You will simply go, hey, I am looking for 10.0.0.15. Who is this? So in the ARP, we will check and we will, okay, this is belong to my. So I will speak my physical address, my MAC address, I will speak. Okay, this is my MAC address. So like this from IP address, from logical address to the physical address, we can identify. So in this ARP. Now the reverse. Reverse इसको उल्टा कर लो. Here hey, I'm having this physical address, but I don't know about my IP address. So you have to remember these two line and these two are confusing. ये दोनों line है ही confusing है, but you have to observe this. You have to try to understand and then learn it. Understanding the concept is much more important than learning. Now, the main two function of the data link layer are data link layer control and media access control. Okay, so what is the use of it? So it is mainly for your framing, flow, and error control. Mainly flow, error control, and framing. Mainly for error control, flow control, and framing. These three words you have to remember from exam point of view. Then what is framing? So when your, I can say, packet come from your network layer towards your physical layer, so we have divided that can say packet into streams. A different stream we are having. So we try to make a frame small so that we can easily do the error control and the flow control. We don't go with very large frame. Okay. Then we can do some algorithm, we can apply some rules, we can say protocol here for our fixed size or the variable size. So it depends on you from in which area you want to apply. So you can customize this also. In fixed size framing, there is no need for the defining the boundaries of the frame. The size itself can be used as a delimiter. So what is the meaning of delimiter? To separate two identity. जैसे आपने कहा राम और श्याम, इन दोनों में क्या अंतर है, तो वो जो अंतर लेके आएगा डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फ्रेम में, that difference is going to be created by this delimiter. Then example क्या है ATM का, तो ATM use fixed frame size. Then we are having the variable size also, variable size framing also. So in variable size framing, we can change it. We can, as per our requirement, we can change it. So here we are having the two approach. First is your character oriented approach. Second is your bit oriented approach. First is your character oriented. Second bit oriented. First is your character oriented. Second is bit oriented. These two words are important. Okay. Then we are having the framing. अब फ्रेमिंग जो चीज है हम किस चीज में हम यूजुअली देखते हैं, हम देखते हैं फ्रेमिंग फॉर द बाइट ओरिएंटेड और वी कैन से दैट इज आल्सो नोन एज कैरेक्टर ओरिएंटेड. बाइट और कैरेक्टर बोथ आर सेम हियर. देन बिट ओरिएंटेड, दिस टू वी यूजुअली लुक एट बिट एंड बाइट, हम इन दोनों पे यूजुअली काम करते हैं. ठीक है. तो इन अवर बाइट ओरिएंटेड प्रोटोकॉल, so each frame is used as a byte or we can say character rather than collection of bit. हम यहाँ पे जो भी काम करेंगे बाइट पे काम करेंगे. एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू वर्क एज अ बाइट. तो फॉर हियर वी कैन यूज बाइनरी synchronization communication protocol and digital data communication message protocol, or we can use the PPP also. So what is PPP full form? Point to point protocol. एग्जाम में फुल फॉर्म पूछ लिया जाता है. व्हाट इज फुल फॉर्म? PPP, point to point protocol. आगे आप देखोगे later on you are going to see the word PPP multiple times. So now then you will identify what is PPP, why PPP. So that in early stage, if you learn the concept, okay, you have understand the basic term, then later on when you are going to see the advanced topic, it will not create any problem for you. That's why I am highlighting here. अभी से ही जो नए नए वर्ड जो आपको दिखने को मिल रहे हैं, so just write the new words which are you are saying the first time in your notebook, so that later on in the advanced topic when we are going to see, you don't get confused. Okay, what is this word meaning? So try to make a habit where you are going to write this. You can say small keyword and full forms. So this is a frame format here. Uh, Biasing protocol. So here we are having the synchronization bit here and starting and the end symbol of the text here. And also we have applied the CRC here. You can see the CRC. So how the examiner can ask the question. In the CRC, he can ask a theoretical question or he can ask a numerical question. Both things we are going to see. You don't have to worry. We are going to see the numerical and the MCQ also from the CRC. Here CRC plays a vital role and sometimes it asks in the examination also about the CRC. Now this is your frame format. ठीक है? तो शुरू में क्या आपके सिंक बिट है, फिर हेडर इंफॉर्मेशन, बॉडी एंड सीआरसी. Now we can do with the character stripping also. So it depends which algorithm, which method we can do. But in the end, we need to error identify, error control we have to do. So you can put a special symbol in the starting or ending of the message that you want to send. It depends on you. You can go with the CRC or you can go with the special stuffing of the character in the starting or in the tail of the message that you want to send. Now we are having the PPP, point to point protocol. तो अब इसमें एग्जाम में एक क्वेश्चन आया था. सो वन क्वेश्चन बीइंग आस्क्ड इन द एग्जामिनेशन. सर इससे इससे कौन सा क्वेश्चन आया था? इससे अच्छा क्वेश्चन नहीं था, बेकार क्वेश्चन था. व्हाट वाज द क्वेश्चन? इन द गेट एग्जामिनेशन, गेट में आपका गेट के अंदर एंड योर यूजीसी नेट बोथ एग्जामिनेशन, इट इन आस्क which of the following is not present in PPP protocol or PVP frame format. Again I'm repeating, which of the following is not present in PPP frame format. निम्नलिखित में से, निम्नलिखित दिए गए चार ऑप्शन में से कौन सा ऑप्शन पीपीपी प्रोटोकॉल में नहीं मिलता है या देखा जाता है? That's why it is important to write down each and everything which is I'm saying it is important, and that is important that ask in examination. ये क्वेश्चन आपके गेट एग्जामिनेशन में भी आए हैं, अदर एग्जामिनेशन में भी आए हैं. That's why I'm saying this. So here we are having the frame field. ठीक है, ये स्ट्रिंग याद कर लो, बहुत बार एमसीक्यू में आती है. मेनी टाइम यू आर गोइंग टू सी दिस स्ट्रिंग 106110. ये याद कर लो. Sometime when you get confused in a numerical, sometime it is a trick. Sometime if you get confused in the numerical, but you are going to see this option. If this option is available in the question, no matter what is your question, if you find this as an option, there are very high probability or chances that this is the right answer. This is the right answer. So sometime if you are not able to understand the question, sometime if you are not able to understand the question, but this option is there, so you can take it. So here you can take the risk, and in majority of the option it is going to be right answer. 6 time 1, एक जीरो आगे एक जीरो पीछे, याद कर लेना ये. ठीक है. Now in our PPP what are the things here? So flag होता है, एड्रेस होता है, कंट्रोल होता है, प्रोटोकॉल होता है, पेलोड होता है, चेकसम होता है, फ्लैग होता है. फ्लैग आगे लग गया, फ्लैग पीछे लग गया. तो फ्लैग इज हैविंग 2 टाइम्स, रेस्ट ऑल आर 1 टाइम. गेट में यूजीसी नेट में क्वेश्चंस आए हुए हैं. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछता है एग्जामिनर, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट प्रेजेंट इन द पीपीपी फ्रेम फॉर्मेट. तो एड्रेस कंट्रोल प्रोटोकॉल, एड्रेस कंट्रोल प्रोटोकॉल, पेलोड, चेकसम. So these are the things which are present in our payload. So how the numerical questions come? So these are going to we are going to see later. But here we are just seeing the theoretical question only. Okay, now I believe you know the difference between multiplexing and demultiplexing also. Okay, this is the basic terminology or nomenclature. So how the BBB protocol works. So just look at this. I will not speak for 1 minute. Just read the slide. अब एग्जामिनर इससे खूब सारे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है. He can ask so many questions from this line. He will give you a blank and he will ask you which of the following is going to be filled. तो ये सारे के सारे काम किसके हैं? पीपीपी के हैं. So PPP is which protocol? It is work on the byte oriented protocol. So this image is important. Sometimes examiner directly asks question from this image. He will ask which of the following is not present in the PPP framework. तो याद कर लो, शुरू में एड्रेस फ्लैग, आखिरी में फ्लैग, एड्रेस कंट्रोल पेलोड एंड योर चेकसम. ठीक है. So this line which is highlighted here in the last, it is very important from exam point of view. Direct question you can see from this line. Just remember this line. याद कर लो, रट लो, जो अच्छा लगे वैसा कर लो. But try not to forget till your examination this line. PPP is a byte-oriented protocol used for byte stuffing with the escape of एक जीरो शुरू में, एक जीरो बीच लास्ट में, बाकी 6 times 6, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. This is your flag. Okay? अब दूसरा एक और अपना होता है फॉर्मेट. DDCMP protocol. DDCMP. This is not important. Usually examiner ask question from PPP. देखो ये भी सिलेबस का पार्ट है, बट यूजुअली एग्जामिनर क्वेश्चन आस्क फ्रॉम पीपीपी. ये जो DDCMP से नहीं पूछता है. Sometime the examiner give more priority to this, but still it is the part of syllabus. Just you can see, okay, इसका भी यही लगभग रहता है काम. ठीक है. नाउ अब आता है अपने पास में बिट ओरिएंटेड प्रोटोकॉल. एग्जाम में पूछ सकता है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज द बिट ओरिएंटेड प्रोटोकॉल. सो यू हैव टू टेक HDLC. HDLC, it is a bit oriented. Okay. So see, if your concept of theory is clear, then no matter what the question been asked by the examiner, you will have a understanding. Okay, from this topic he has asked this question. Maybe you can eliminate options. See, I'm not saying that all questions you can say make it right, but yes, majority of the question, once your concept is clear, you can attempt with accuracy. This I can assure you. So here what we are going to do, we are going to append a bit. So here we can be avoided with the bit stuffing. So here we can make any rule or like this here. So we will check whether there is a one for the two time or three time continuous or any rule which is specified. So then we are going to stuff a zero or we are going to stuff a. इसमें अपने पास में तीन आती हैं चीजें आती हैं एसडीएलसी के अंदर. वन इज योर आई फ्रेम जिसको कहते हैं इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रेम. देन वी आर हैविंग द एस फ्रेम सुपरवाइजरी फ्रेम. देन वी आर हैविंग द यू फ्रेम and your unframed number. Now, how examiner can ask a question? He will give you five option and or four option. He will ask which of the following is not a part of SDLC. Examiner can ask you question like this: which of the following is a not a part of SDLC? Like this, he can ask a question. See, I'm highlighting the important things here. So wherever you are writing your notes, try to write your notes in your own handwriting. अपनी लैंग्वेज में लिखोगे तो रिवीजन के टाइम आपको आसानी होगी. मूविंग अहेड. तो इसमें अपने कौन कौन सी चीजें आती हैं? सेम देखो, दोनों में सेम रहता है लगभग. एड्रेस कंट्रोल यूजर इंफॉर्मेशन फ्लैग एंड देन वी आर हैविंग द चेकसम आल्सो. आई फ्रेम एस फ्रेम यू फ्रेम, बस तीनों याद कर लो. तीनों को फ्रेम फ्रेम डायग्राम याद करना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. इन आई वी आर यूजर इंफॉर्मेशन, एस फ्रेम नॉर्मल एंड इन यू वी आर हैविंग द मैनेजमेंट इंफॉर्मेशन. How the numerical question, how the numerical question is going to be asked from this topic. So this thing we are going to see later on. This is only the part of theory. Numerical we are going to see in a separate video. Okay. Now we are having the clock based also, but it is not been asked in the examination. Examiner don't give more priority to it. It give more priority to the earlier thing that we have seen. But name you can remember. इनसे क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है मेनली न्यूमेरिकल और थ्योरी. सो it depend on the mood of the examiner. From here we are going to ask him question, but in majority of the question he asks the theoretical question because he think that in exam you don't have so much time. So he ask a question related to theoretical part. इससे पूछेगा, he is going to ask a question from the theoretical part. So in error detection and control, we are having the single bit and burst error. Single bit and burst error with two things we are having. So single bit error. What is the single bit error? Let's suppose in this image some bit is changed. We are having 000010. Only one bit is changed. It known as single bit error. Only one bit. Let's suppose you are having 100 bit. Out of 100 bit, only one bit is changed. So that error is known as single bit error. Okay. Then we are having the burst error. So you have heard the name of burst means multiple time. So that error which occur more than two times, that error which occur more than two times, that we can say burst error. That we can say the burst error. Now here you can see a little bit numerical portion in the bottom also it can say. So let's the length of the burst is measured from the first occurred to the last occurred bit. ठीक है, मतलब शुरू में यहाँ एरर आ गया, उसके बाद में यहाँ एरर आ गया. हमें पता लग गया कि सर शुरू में यहाँ एरर आया था And last error we have seen here. So let's suppose I will give you the data rate is 1 kbps. Anyone can explain what is the full form of kbps? Anyone can speak what is the full form of kbps?
Kilobyte per second.
Kilo.
Byte per second.
Any other student?
Bit है इसमें.
Full form of kbps. So it is kilo, yes. Then after then it is bit. We are having B stand for bit and B stand for byte. So you don't have to get confused between bit and byte. Okay, so data rate is 1 kbps. So let's suppose whatever internet you are having, so maybe in your internet you are having the speed of in mbps, maybe you are having 5 mbps, 10 mbps, 50 mbps. It depends on your internet provider. Okay, so here just for example we are having a data rate of 1 kbps. It means only 1 kb I can download in 1 second. And the noise means error at 1 out of 100 second. In 100 second we can see the error in a microsecond, or we can say like this. So 1 out of 100 second. So let's try to find out how many bits. So 1 into 10 raised to power 3 into 1 divided by 100. So these are the bit which are going to be affected by this. So on the speed we can easily check this if the two things are given to it. Now redundancy. Anyone who know what is the meaning of redundancy? English word redundancy. Anyone know the meaning of redundancy?
Means duplicacy of any data element.
Okay, I'm good. So see, English should you should work on your vocab also. It is going to help you in everywhere, not specific to your programming, wherever you are going. So because in this era, we Indian give more priority to English. And whatever exam you are going to give, whether it's a government exam or any private exam, if you take any government exam, in majority of the government exam we are having the English, so the vocab you should improve. Okay, so here we are having the redundancy. So it means in a, okay, how we can remove the redundancy in our database? Anyone can answer?
By using normalization.
Okay, good, good,
First normal form.
good. So see, now you can see the concept should be clear. So you have see only one word and you can link this word at multiple places. Okay. So here also in our network we can have the redundancy also. So in that we can also apply some redundancy check also. So it depend on us. So which algorithm we want to apply. So let's suppose there is a data and then we can generate a function and then we can add some redundancy bit or any flag that we want to add. Then we are going to combine. Then we are going to send this. So and the receiver, and we can check whether we can accept or reject on the basis like that data is being altered or not. It is being modified or not, like this. अब इसमें in your opinion from where the examiner asked the questions and you have seen that word also. In इसमें से we are having four word, four terms. So in your opinion, from where he can ask a numerical question? From VRC, LRC, CRC or checksum. In your opinion, just I'm asking you from where he can ask more numerical question. Let's suppose you are an examiner.
CRC.
Yes, CRC. Yes. Yes, this student is right. Yes, the majority of examiner are going to ask question from CRC. If he find okay, okay, no, no, I will not ask CRC, then he will ask the question from checksum. These two last two are important. We can say in 99%, I'm saying 99%, if the numerical come from this topic and the examiner have four questions. So 99% probability he is going to ask question from CRC or checksum. In both, he will give more focus to the CRC because it is being used many places and it is very famous also. So we can detect the error or we can detect the redundancy. How we can check the redundancy? Now the examiner asks one more question like which of the following is not a method for the redundancy check? Again I'm repeating, which of the following is not a method for the redundancy check? So he will give you five options and one option like any of the things. So sometimes we have to remember the word VRC, LRC, CRC, checksum. In the option 5 he will write PRC. ठीक है, इसने लिख दिया VRC, LRC, CRC, checksum and PRC. Now the student who don't know what is the redundancy, who don't know what is the CRC, what he will assume? Okay, sir, CRC, LRC, CRC, and PRC. Let's suppose he has written PRC. So all are looking same, sir. हर कोई एक जैसा लग रहा है तो इसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. No, because PRC is nothing. PRC है कुछ है नहीं. In the detection method, we are having only four methods as of now in our syllabus. What are the four methods? VRC, LRC, CRC, checksum. Now, then more numerical question is being asked to the from CRC, then the checksum. So these two only we are going to see. We are not going to focus on VRC and LRC. If you are interested, you have to cover this from your own. On the internet, you can find these questions also. Now, VRC कितना रह गया ये? ठीक है, तो ये अपन है ना नेक्स्ट क्लास में देख लेंगे. नेक्स्ट क्लास वी आर गोइंग टू सी दिस सीआरसी along with how we can solve the question of the CRC and what is the checksum. ठीक है, so in next class we are going to see this. ये भी देख लेंगे checksum और CRC. ठीक है, इसका theory along with numerical both we are going to see in our next class. Okay, so this is enough in this class.
सर इसकी पीडीएफ मिलेंगी क्या सर?
Yes, yes, sure. I will share the PDF also.